Strange Wills. Starring the distinguished Hollywood actor Warren William and featuring Peggy Webber and Carlton Young with an all-star Hollywood cast. Original music by Del Castillo. Dead men's wills are often strange. We cannot attempt to understand them or to try to find the answers. We can but tell the story.
This is Warren William bringing you the story Penthouse Orphan. But first, here's a brief message from your announcer.
And now, back to Warren William as John Francis O'Connell in Penthouse Orphan.
Probably the most exciting phone call I ever received was the one from my good friend and bachelor client, Felix Grayson. I admit that I was totally unprepared for what he had to tell me.
Honestly, John, I'm going to be a father.
Well, Felix, that's the best one you've come up with yet. You, a bachelor father.
But you don't have to believe me. No one does, but it's a solemn truth. It says so right here in this letter I received from Paris today.
From Paris, did you say? Why, you've never even been to Paris, you gay young blade.
I know, but let me read you part of the letter. Then you'll get what I'm talking about.
I'm all ears.
I quote, Felix, when you receive this letter, I shall probably be gone. But you will hear from my lawyer regarding the trust fund I've set up in my last will and testament.
So you're an heir, eh? Well, congratulations.
Wait, let me finish. The money left you in the trust fund is to go for the education and support of my little baby, Babette. I'm sending her to you by plane. Bring her up as though she were your own.
Say, just who is sending you this Babette?
It's a third or fourth cousin by marriage. I've never seen her in my life. We've only corresponded a couple of times.
Good heavens, Felix. I mean, Papa Felix. When's this baby arriving?
I got word by cable just an hour ago that she'd arrive at LaGuardia Airport at 4 this afternoon. John, what am I going to do? I've never been through anything like this before.
I should hope not.
What am I, a confirmed bachelor, supposed to do with a crying, helpless little baby?
Well, there's nothing in the law books to answer that one, I assure you. But if I were you, I'd get things ready for her arrival.
Get things ready? Where? How?
Why, Felix, I'd clean out one of the extra rooms you have in that very lovely house of yours and fix it up. You know, crib, high chair, dolls. Well, the usual things.
Why can't I just call up some children's home or something? They'd at least know how to raise a baby. Me, I don't know.
Why, Felix, that's cruel. Just suppose you were a little baby flying in from Paris and someone dumped you in a foundling home. How would you feel?
Well...
And besides, where's that fatherly spirit? You know, it'll be fun being a daddy.
Well, I suppose you're right, John. Tell you what I'll do.
What?
I'll run down and get all the things she'll need and bring them back with me. But you have to help me get the room ready. How's that?
It's a deal. I'll be at your place, say, by 1 o'clock. That ought to give us plenty of time.
All right, I'll be back by 1, and then we'll start reconverting one of the bedrooms. So long.
Bye-bye, Papa.
But I tell you, sir, you have to know what size dresses she wears. I shouldn't just sell you anything.
Well, she's a baby, that's all I know. If the dresses are too large, can't we just snip them off at the bottom?
It's easy to see you haven't been a father very long. Finish, you don't even know how to dress a baby.
Never mind whether I know how to dress a baby or not. The main thing is to get ready. Now, have I got everything I need? Everything?
Well, let me see. 3 layettes for a baby under 6 months. 20 dresses for girls ranging from 1 week to 5 years.
Never mind, then. Go on.
Rocking horse, dollhouse, high chair, undies, assorted sizes, safety pins. Now remember how I told you to fold these.
Sure, like this. Now, you see how easily I learn?
Now, if there's anything you've forgotten, here's my card. Give me a ring and I'll have it delivered.
The only other thing that I can think of is a nice padded cell before I go nuts.
There we are. You see what 2 bachelors can do when they make up their minds?
Boy, was this a job. Now, let's give it a quick once-over before we take off for the airport, John. Crib, chair, dolls, dollhouse, talcum powder, safety pins.
Oh, say, Felix.
Yeah?
Did they show you how to,
Show me how? I was so good they awarded me my diploma in the quick change department before I even got out of the store.
Oh, well, our little Babette certainly has a surprise waiting for her.
Yeah. The poor little thing, alone. An orphan.
And now she's going to be your little penthouse orphan, Felix. Tell you what let's do.
What, John?
Let's give her a real bang-up welcome party.
Yeah, that's an idea. Now, we could get a clown from the circus. Boy, will she be tickled.
And I'll give her a puppy. Children always like little puppies.
Swell. But if we don't get out of the airport fast, John, we'll miss her plane altogether. Oh, one last thing. What about the nurse? Did you call?
All set. She'll be here before we get back. Come on, Felix. Let's give baby Babette a real welcome.
Transatlantic plane from London, Paris, Berlin, unloading gate 4.
There it is, John. See it?
Come on, let's get over to gate 4, so we're right there when she comes out.
Okay. Let's hurry.
Here we are.
The stewardess will carry her out. John, I'm so excited.
Now the passengers are unloading. Any minute now.
Yeah. Well, there's the stewardess, but she's only carrying a briefcase.
Oh, be patient, man. Be patient.
But John, everyone's off. What happened to baby Babette? Where is she? Where is she?
Mr. Felix Grayson.
Yeah?
Mr. Felix Grayson.
Oh, hey, John, that's me.
Please report to the information counter.
Information counter. John, they want me inside at the information counter. Come on, let's run.
Good heavens, Felix, you'd think this was a matter of life and death.
There it is. There's the information counter, but there's no one there. I don't understand.
Wait a minute. Here comes a very beautiful young lady. I saw her get off the plane. Why don't you ask her about baby Babette?
I will ask her. Maybe she'll know. I beg your pardon, miss.
Oui, monsieur?
Have you seen a little baby?
Have I seen a little baby? No, I have not seen a little baby.
You haven't seen a little baby? My goodness, what could have happened to her?
What could have happened to which, monsieur?
I was supposed to meet a little baby. She's coming from Paris.
But I've been on the plane from Paris. There was no little baby.
Are you sure? Are you certain?
I see the whole plane with my big brown eyes. I look at everyone in it not once but many times. There's no other baby. In fact, the only baby on the whole plane is Babette.
Babette? But that's the baby I'm looking for. Where is she? Where is baby Babette?
You are looking for the baby Babette?
Yes, I am. I thought the stewardess would carry her out, but I was mistaken.
Monsieur, the stewardess will never carry the baby Babette from the plane. Of that I can assure you.
Won't carry Babette?
It is impossible.
But why? Why is it impossible?
Because, monsieur, I am Babette.
Later the next day, I found my good friend Felix over at our Madison Avenue retreat. He was sipping a cocktail and lost in thought. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Well, if it isn't the bachelor father in person.
Oh, sit down and join me in a cup of sorrow.
A cup of sorrow? Oh, come now. I saw her too, you know.
Oh, what a fool she must think me, John. Imagine me taking her home to her room and filled with everything for a little baby.
Well, after all, no one said she was 18.
John, isn't she beautiful?
Without doubt, the most charming young lady I've ever seen. But what now, Father?
But now, I only wish I had the answer. John, what are my friends going to think? I told them all about the baby coming, and now when they see her...
Oh, just say the plane got delayed in transit. She started out as a baby, but by the time she arrived...
Boy, I can see those haughty eyebrows being raised all over the place now. Papa Grayson, they'll call me. What am I going to do with her, John? It's serious.
Well, she's well chaperoned, isn't she? You've got a manservant, 2 maids. It's quite proper, you know.
Hello, Tony's place. Oh, just a minute, please. For you, Mr. Grayson.
Oh, thank you, Tony. Hello? Yes, Babette. Yes, I'll come right home. Goodbye.
Aha, on your trail already, is she? And what does Babette want now?
She said, come home, Father. I'm lonesome.
I'll never forget the afternoon I called on Babette. She was even more exquisite than the first time I saw her, if such a thing was possible.
Oh, Monsieur O'Connell, I'm so very, very happy to see you.
And I'm glad to see you too, Babette. Where's Felix?
I don't know, Monsieur. He goes away early in the morning and doesn't come home until late at night. I don't think he likes me.
Oh, that's a silly thought, Babette. I happen to know he likes you very much.
But I call him father and he say, no, do not call me father. Why is that, Monsieur O'Connell?
Well, that's understandable, Babette. You see, Felix is quite a man about town.
Man about town? What is this man about town?
Oh, that means that he considers himself quite a, well, how should I say it? Quite a man with the ladies.
Oh, what you call a lady killer, eh?
That's right. Now, when a beautiful young lady such as you comes along and calls him father...
I see. He no longer is a lady killer, but only an old man who should stay at home and smoke his pipe. Is that it, monsieur?
That's about it, Babette.
Well, then, I will give him a new name.
New name?
Yes, something he will like better. From now on, I will not call him father. No. I will call him Daddy.
Act 2 of Penthouse Orphan, written by Ken Krupine and directed by Robert Webster Light, will continue in just a moment. And now, back to the Strange Wills story, Penthouse Orphan, with Warren William as John Francis O'Connell.
During the following months, I saw less and less of Felix. He and Babette had become the best of friends, and they spent considerable time together in the museums, art galleries, theaters, and concert halls. After all, 32 isn't so awfully old, nor 18 so very young. Then one day early in September, Felix called me over to his house. He said he'd come to an important decision and that I should be present.
John, I particularly wanted you over today to approve of my action regarding Babette.
What's on your mind, Felix?
It's common knowledge around town that she and I have grown very fond of each other. Oh, it's no affair of the heart, I can assure you.
No.
No. Only I think that I should send her away to school. After all, she's 18 and still young enough to take advantage of education.
And what does Babette say about going away to school?
Well, I haven't told her yet. You know, John, she loves the city, likes to spend hours just wandering around looking into windows. Looks like heaven, she says.
Well, I can understand why. New York is heaven to lots of youngsters.
Anyway, I want you to suggest that she go away to college.
Me to suggest? What's the matter? You lost your nerve?
Maybe I have. I don't know what's the matter, but, John,
After all, she's only the child of your third or fourth cousin by marriage.
Well, after all, she's Babette, and that's what matters. John, if I don't get her out of this house...
Then what, Daddy?
Babette, I didn't hear you come in.
Hello, Monsieur Colonel. How is the tricks?
Oh, fine, Babette, just fine. And how have you been?
What is my daddy up to now? I hear him say if I don't get Babette out of this house.
Babette, Felix thinks you should go away. School.
Yes, Babette, that's what I was talking over with John when you came in.
I? Go away to school? Pourquoi? But why? I've already finished school in Paris.
I want to send you to some lovely girls' finishing school, Babette. You know, where they teach you to ride and swim.
They have all these things here in the city.
He wants you to learn more, I guess, Babette.
Learn more? I, Babette, learn more? But for what? I know all of the different perfumes. I know how to make up my face to be beautiful. I know how to be alluring.
That's just it, Babette. You know all about those things. But now, look, I want to show you how little you know. Now, when was the War of the Roses? Now, go ahead. Tell us, when was the War of the Roses?
War of the Roses. Felix, you're fooling.
No, I'm not. That's just one example. All educated people know when the War of the Roses was. You have to learn those things to be looked up to.
Felix, chérie.
Yes, Babette?
You tell Babette when was this, what you call, War of the Roses.
Why, sure.
Yes, Felix? You are the one with a good education, no? You have gone to the university, you have traveled. Now tell Babette, when was this War of the Roses?
Well, now, let's see. 1492, Columbus crossed the ocean blue. No, that's not it. No, wait a minute. Wait, I've got it. You see what education does for a fellow? The War of the Roses, Babette, was fought on last January the 1st in a place called the Rose Bowl in a city called Pasadena. That's it, isn't it, John?
Why, of course. That's one of them. They come on year after year, year after year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I do need what you call this education. In Paris, we do not know there was a war. We think Americans never have what you call a revolution each year in California. All right, Felix. I will go to school.
Well, Babette went away to finishing school all right, and she turned out to be a brilliant student. She caught on quickly, too quickly, because one night, months later, she called Felix.
Hello?
So you fool me, huh?
Oh, it's you, Babette. I've been living in dread of this moment.
You tell Babette the big story, Daddy.
I only did it for your own good, Babette. I wanted you to go to school, honestly.
War of the Roses in Pasadena. It's what you call the baloney.
I'm afraid it is.
And you want to know how I know? I didn't find out from the teacher.
No? Well, who told you?
Gus.
Gus? Who in the name of heaven is Gus?
Gus is my boyfriend. His name is Gus Yakadich.
Gus Yakadich? Well, there can't be anyone with a name like that.
He's a big, strong fellow. He plays football, and he's a graduate of the FBI.
Graduate of the FBI? What have I let myself in for?
He told me War of Roses is a football game.
Well, he's right, Babette.
I'm bringing him to New York for the weekend. I want you to meet my Gus.
Your Gus? Babette, it's not serious.
I think I marry this Gus. He's a big, strong man.
Now, Babette, listen to me. Remember, I'm your father. I mean, don't do anything rash until I talk to you. Now, bring this Gus fellow up here where John and I can meet him. It's only for your own good, Babette.
Yes, Daddy. I'll bring him to see you this weekend. Gus wants you to meet him, too.
I tell you, John, we've got to do something about this Gus fellow. Who does he think he is coming in and taking Babette away from us?
Away from us? Come now, Felix, it's about time we had a little heart-to-heart talk about Babette.
Talk about what?
Well, Daddy, if I know anything about human nature, you are in love with Babette.
Me in love with Babette? Why, you talk like a...
Oh, do I? Listen, Felix, I've known about this thing for months. I've watched you grow from a respectable bachelor into a fiddling, fuddling Romeo. Come on now, admit it.
Oh, all right. You lawyers are too smart. Anyway, she's 19 now.
Yes, that's just the trouble. Can you stand up against some young buck like this Gus Yakadich, for example?
I'll get Charlie Atlas to help me. He puts big muscles on you almost overnight. I'll take setting up exercises every morning, sleep with my window open, eat spinach. I'll show that big palooka.
Now, wait just a minute. Before you do all these things, when does Babette and this FBI boy arrive?
Any minute.
Well, what do you say if we sort of look him over first? Let's try to find out his weak spot. Once we know it, we'll smash through for a touchdown.
Oh, they're here. They're here, John. What'll we do now?
Take it easy. I'll let them in, and then we'll see what there is to do.
Oh, Monsieur O'Connell, I'm so happy to see you.
Babette, welcome back to New York.
Where is my daddy?
He's in the library taking his... he's reading a book.
Oh, pardon me. This is Gus. Gus Yakadich.
How do you do?
Hiya, chum. How's tricks?
Oh, tricks. Oh, fine, Gus, fine. Come along now, you two. Felix will be very happy to see you both, especially you, Gus. He admires big, strong men of brawn.
Well, that's about the end of the story. I finished the course at the FBI and turned pro. Lots of dough in professional football, you know.
Yes, Daddy, you see? Lots of dough.
Well, Gus, you certainly are built for professional football.
Yeah, I'm 6'2" with me shoes off, and I weigh about 213.
I'm afraid Atlas can't help me much, John.
Gus, you know, to me, it seems a shame that you gave up your career with the FBI. Especially if you and Babette are serious about getting married.
Oh, I can keep Frenchie here in doodads on what I make. $1,200 a game. That's lettuce. Real cabbage. Ain't it, Toots?
Lettuce? Cabbage? Sounds more like soup.
Well, I figured that by the time Frenchie and I get hitched, we'd really be in the clover.
And when your professional days are over, can you still go back to your FBI work?
Oh, anytime. You know, once you learn that trade, it never leaves you. I still cut hair in my sleep.
Cut hair? What's cutting hair got to do with the FBI?
Oh, that's where I learned how to do it. Right over in Philly. FBI. Franklin Barber Institute. It's the biggest barber college in the East.
While Gus and Babette were busy in another part of the house, Felix and I had a board of strategy meeting. There had to be a showdown, we all realized, and at once.
I'm convinced, John, that if I can show Babette that I'm stronger than this Gus, I'll have a chance. But how am I to do it?
Well, you certainly would look funny if you tried it with boxing gloves.
I wouldn't even be able to look, period. No, it's got to be something where brains can outsmart brawn. That's the only way I've got a chance. Say, what position does Gus play on the football team?
A tackle, I think.
Tackle, huh? Good. Then I think I've got it, John. Now listen, I'm going to take Gus out to the kitchen and lock the door. I want you to keep Babette in here and tell her we're having a fight to the finish over her.
Good heavens, you don't really mean
now,
to...
just do as I say. I think everything's going to be all right.
But why does he have to lock himself in the kitchen, Monsieur John? Gus will kill him.
Well, Babette, that's how much Felix loves you, I guess. He's ready to die for you if necessary.
But I don't want Felix to die. Oh, Monsieur O'Connell, You mineral so stupid.
Why you think I brought this oof here today?
Just to make Felix jealous so he would give me the proposal? Oh, it's Felix I love. Felix. And now Gus will kill him. We must break the door down before something terrible happens. Felix! Felix! Oh, Felix, Gus will kill you. I love you, Felix. I only want to marry with you. Stop the fight! Stop the fight!
Warren William will be back in just a moment to tell you the rest of the story of Penthouse Orphan. But first, here's a brief message from your announcer. And here again is Warren William as John Francis O'Connell.
I was just as anxious to find out what happened behind the locked door of the kitchen as you undoubtedly are. Well, it seems that when the boys got together...
Gus, I understand you play tackle on the football team. Is that right?
Yeah, and brother, they gotta be awful good to get by me.
Gus, I tell you what I'll do. I've always wanted to learn the real secrets of being a good tackle.
You?
Sure.
A tackle? Why, you ain't big enough to tackle your own shadow.
Never mind. I still want you to show me how.
Yeah?
And, Gus, for your lesson, I'm going to pay you the same rate you receive for a real game.
$1,200?
Mm-hmm.
Well, come on, buddy. I'll teach you quick.
Gus, don't push. Just take it easy. First of all, I want to see the flying tackle demonstrated.
Oh.
Now, I'll stand right here, right by the stove here, and you get back on the other side of the room.
Yeah, I'll get back way over here.
That's it. Now, when I say go...
Hey, you don't say go. You say hike.
Oh, all right. When I say hike,
Yeah.
you leave the ground and dive for me. Bring me down with a real flying tackle. Give me the works, everything you've got.
I got it.
Okay. Now, are you ready?
I'm gonna spring through the air and hit you like a ton of dynamite.
All right. Hike! Well, Gus, you can't hear me. But for your information, I learned that sidestep at Notre Dame. Elmer Layton never did believe too much in brawn. Too bad that stove was behind me. Well, have a nice nap, Gus.
Well, after Babette and Felix got Gus patched up, and Felix paid his $1,200, they got married and left on their honeymoon. And where did they go? They went to California, to Pasadena, of course, to see the War of the Roses, or should I say, the Tournament of the Roses. Next week, I have a story to tell you about a man who died and left his whole estate, almost $1 million, to a girl he met in seething, fabulous, romantic Singapore. He didn't know her real name, and she never found out his. For a most unusual story of love, intrigue, and romance, set in that strange city of half east, half west, be sure and listen to the story we call Singapore Liz. This is Warren William, inviting you to tune in again next week.
Strange Wills is a Teloways feature produced in Hollywood. Any similarity between names used on this broadcast and those of living persons is purely coincidental.
Strange Wills. Stories of strange wills made by strange people, starring the distinguished Hollywood actor Warren William. and featuring Lorene Tuttle, Perry Ward, with Howard Culver and an all-star Hollywood cast, and the original music of Del Castillo. I devise and bequeath to my heirs the 7 deadly sins: hate, jealousy, anger, revenge, envy, greed, and lust. And here is our distinguished star of radio, screen, and stage, Warren William.
Strange wills are stories of strange and unusual testaments, many of which, when read between the lines, bring to light stories of dramatic intensity that defy our imagination. Names, places, and time have all been changed, so that no reflection can fall on any person or persons, living or dead. The masterpieces of fiction pale in comparison to the stark drama found in man's last official act on earth, his last will and testament. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. But first, let's listen to a few words from your announcer.
And now back to Warren William as John Francis O'Connell in Treasure to Starboard.
This is a story of sunken treasure, of blood-red rubies, sparkling diamonds, and lustrous pearls. But these were but a part of this priceless treasure trove. There were golden statues of pagan gods encrusted with precious stones. There were amethysts, opals, and gold. 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 On the night of March 12th, in the year 1703, some 400 miles off the coast of the West Indies, the Spanish three-master Toledo was foundering in the grip of a tremendous hurricane. In his cabin, Captain Fernandez was hurriedly drafting his last will and testament. He and his crew knew that death rode the gigantic waves and that hope of survival was an improbability.
I consign my body to the elements, and my soul to the loving and tender arms of the Holy Mother, and to some valiant adventurer whose heart beats with the lust of a Midas, I give the treasure on board my ship. Our position is longitude oeste.
We're about to abandon the ship, Captain. Hurry, hurry!
No, Jose, I shall stay. Go, all of you, and may heaven protect you.
For over 200 years, men have been searching for the treasure aboard the Toledo, but not one clue was ever found until one afternoon, a young, dashing, seafaring friend of mine, Captain Paul London, called me from some little island in the West Indies.
I can't tell you more than that, John. I'm afraid of eavesdroppers. But I know I'm on the right track. Now, I'll do just as I say, and I'll expect you both here next Sunday. So long, John.
So Paul had discovered a clue to the treasure ship Toledo. Whew. It had me excited. I could see quarts of rubies, pecks of diamonds. Well, who wouldn't get excited? I lost no time in contacting the person whose name he had given me, a certain Jean Medford.
Hello?
I'd like to speak to Mr. Jean Medford, please.
The name is right, but the sex is wrong, mister.
What do you mean?
I happen to be a female, a girl one, and a rather pretty one, too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Medford. I'd no idea when I talked with Paul.
Paul? Paul, you haven't talked with Paul London, have you?
Less than 10 minutes ago. He called me from some little town called Rosarita.
Oh, and just what has the traveling Mr. London got up his sleeve today? And by the way, I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
Of course, I'm sorry. I am John Francis O'Connell, attorney at law, and a personal friend of our mutual friend.
Oh, well, that's better. Now then, Mr. O'Connell, what does the great Paul want this time?
It's quite a large order, milady. He wants you to prepare and pack a great deal of special equipment. Now, let's see. Where's the list he gave me? Oh, here it is. Your filtered ultraviolet light machine, a quantity of hydrothiacyanic acid. Well, all the materials and gadgets one uses in the examination of questioned documents.
And after I've done all that, then what do I do, please?
Then, my dear Miss Medford, I am to take you to the airport and fly you bodily to the lair of Paul London.
Why, that's ridiculous. I simply won't be let off by the nose on any wild goose chase of his. No, I refuse. I won't go.
Paul is on the trail of a buried treasure, Miss Medford, and I can guarantee you that if you're a good girl and come peacefully, that perhaps before this is over, you can wear rubies on your nightgown and dissolve real pearls in your bath.
Rubies on my nightgown and pearls in my bath. When do we start?
Tomorrow night. I'll pick you up about 5, and then we're off to high adventure. Fasten your seatbelt, Jean. We're over Rosarita, and I don't know what kind of a field this is going to be.
Oh, gee, I'm excited. Take it easy now. No crash landing. My nerves are on edge.
So are mine. Hang on, we're going down.
I'm ready.
Well, I found this little nautical museum here quite by accident, and I ran across something that made my hair stand on end. In one of the exhibits, I found 2 pieces of evidence that sent me to the telephone and my call to John.
Well, for heaven's sake, don't keep us in suspense any longer, Paul. What's in this exhibit that makes you think you know where the Toledo lies?
Wait, John. Talk in a whisper. There are some strange-looking characters on the loose in this country. We can't be too careful. If this news ever got around...
Looking for an alibi already, Paul?
No, of course not. I'll tell you what I found. I found the water-soaked log of the Toledo. Every word has been washed out by seawater except the ship's name carved on the cover.
Ah, I'm beginning to see the light, and Jean here with all her paraphernalia.
That's right. Modern science will let us read that log. And if the captain of the Toledo lived up to the code of the sea...
We will find the position of his ship when she went down.
Well, so far, so good.
Huh.
But how does Paul intend to get the log?
You'll leave that to my gentle but persuasive administrations. The main thing is this. I'm going to get possession of the log of the Toledo for 1 night only. Jean, I want you to set up your apparatus here in this hotel room and wait until I return.
Well, how about me, Skipper? Need any help?
No, John, I think I can handle this alone. Remember now, I'll be back in 2 hours. Have everything ready.
And supposing the handsome male lead shouldn't come back?
Well, in that event, simply fold your tent like the Arabs.
And silently steal away.
Right.
Jean worked feverishly the next hour, getting her chemicals and equipment set up for this exciting moment. And then, quite suddenly...
Will you see who it is, please, John? Don't let anyone come in.
Very well. Paul! Good heavens, you're wounded. Here, let me help you.
Paul! Oh, Paul, what happened? The log, did you...
I'm all right. Got hit in the shoulder, but I've got it. Look.
Oh, here, give it to me. John, help Paul get his shirt off. I'll get some antiseptic.
Sit down on the bed, Paul. Here. I'll rip this shirt off your shoulder. Easy now.
It's just a flesh wound, John. Don't worry about it. What worries me is the man who took the shot at me.
Did you recognize him?
No, and I got a good look at his face, too. He was blond, solid, had a German face.
You don't imagine someone else?
Well, I don't know, John, but there's that chance that someone else is as smart as I.
Bragging again, huh? Here, now, let me see that wound. Well, no bone smashed. It could have been worse. Hold still while I wash it.
Oh.
Sissy, now hold still. Now, bandage. And in 2 minutes, I'll have you ready to lick your weight in wildcats.
The way I feel just now, those wildcats would have to be about 2 days old.
Jean worked far into the night, and without success. Her ultraviolet light proved valueless. Photographs taken of the pages with infrared brought only blank negatives. All of us were frantic. Towards dawn, Jean looked up from her work.
Gentlemen, I think I'm a flop. I can't bring out a single word that's ever been written on this paper. It's hopeless, I guess. Oh, Paul. I feel terrible about letting you down.
Never mind, Jean. Don't feel too badly.
Wait a minute. Here. There's one more chance. John, get me a handful of soot out of the fireplace. Put it in this dish for me.
One handful of soot coming up.
Thank you. Now, John, come over to the table with me. Paul, you lie there and rest.
Okay, Duchess.
I'm going to plug in this special ray lamp. It throws a pinhole light. It must be parallel to the page in the log. If there's one single solitary indentation left, it'll bring it out. Now then, Mr. Barrister, out with the lights. I'll take a page at random for our experiment. Hand me this soot, please.
One order of soot. Over, easy.
You can't see this, Paul, but I'm blowing a pinch of soot over the page. Just a very fine coating. It'll work its way into any depression on the page. Now I'm letting the pinhole of light traverse across the page.
Look, Jean. I see a part of a letter forming. It makes a distinct shadow under the light. It's working. It's working.
Take it easy. It's too early to crow.
Say, if you think I'm going to lie here on the bed while you two solve the mystery of the log of the Toledo, you're both nuts.
It is working. Look. There's an S. A-Y. Oh, good. Now I'm going over to the back of the book and work forward. We've got to find the final entry. More soot, please. Lots more.
Page after page. Page after page. Our faces were drawn and haggard. And then...
Here it is. I've raised some more shadows. Oh, Paul, John. We found the last page of the log. The next few minutes will tell the story.
It looks like a number. It is. It's a 6 and a 2 after it. 62. That must be longitude. Yes, of course, longitude 62 degrees.
Here comes the rest. What is it, Jean?
It looks like a 1, but I can't be sure. And the next number is... Oh.
You will remain seated, please. Carlos, turn on the light.
Si, mi comandante.
If you would avoid personal danger, you will not attempt to interfere. You see, I am armed. Good. Now then, permit me to introduce myself. I am Herr Gustav Richter, late U-boat commander in the German Navy.
Well, were we supposed to say Heil Hitler?
The war is over, the big one. But unless you leave this island immediately, a new one will start. Because as you might know, we are both after the same thing. Now then, Carlos, you will take the book from the young lady's hands.
Si, senor.
Fraulein, the last number you are trying so hard to read. Maybe it's best if you don't find it. It will save us all a lot of trouble.
Aquí, comandante, the book.
Herr Richter, there are international rules of law governing...
Quiet! There are also local laws providing against breaking into and stealing public documents. I warn you most seriously. The treasure of the Toledo will be mine, and mine alone. If you should be foolish enough to interfere, I don't have to tell you what will happen. Thank you, and good night.
Well, of all the crazy...
Take it easy, Paul. He looks like he might be serious. Evidently, you weren't the only one who found the clue to the lost Toledo.
I can see those rubies on my nightgown walking right out of the window. And those pearls in my bath. I knew it sounded too good.
Not yet, Jean. I think that Herr Gustav Richter, late commander of the German Navy, is going to have some rough sailing ahead before he finds the sunken treasure. And by everything that's holy, we three are going to give it to him.
Part 2 of Strange Wills will continue in just a moment. now back to Warren William and Treasure to Starboard.
For the next 3 days, the cables between our island home and New York were kept exceptionally busy. Before the end of the week, huge quantities of deep-sea diving gear were being flown into Rosarita. We tried to trace our German friend, but he couldn't be found. I felt certain that we'd meet Herr Richter again, but I hoped we'd be more than ready for him. About 2 weeks later, when the last of our equipment was delivered, we called a meeting of our augmented crew, who were hired to man our ship. Some of them were imported from the States. They wore campaign ribbons and, well, you know our sailors.
And we've got to be prepared for everything. Our ship is a floating arsenal as well as a scientific laboratory. Our treasure prize is high, and every one of us will share it if we find it. Are you ready?
You bet we are, sir. Yes, sir. We'll go.
Okay, then. We'll leave port in an hour. I'll see you all on board.
In the captain's quarters aboard our ship, Paul, Jean, and I had another meeting.
I've got it all figured out to almost a mathematical certainty. I can bring this ship within 10 miles of where the Toledo went down. The rest is pure luck.
Do you think the Jerrys know we sailed, Paul?
That I don't know, but the word will get back to Herr Richter. Don't you worry. Maybe he's already on the way. But so what?
How's he going to get there?
Maybe he has a ship. Maybe he can use his sub. I don't know that. But getting there and staying there are going to be two different things. He'll find out.
We spent 2 quiet, uneventful days sailing to our destination. If it hadn't been for the tenseness on board, I could have had a lovely time. But with diamonds, rubies, and buried treasure, and a battle in the offing, well, how could anyone hope to rest? Near the end of the second day...
Come in.
Just picked up this message, sir. It's from the SS Juniper, bound for Boston.
Thank you. SS Juniper reports sighting a strange submarine at 14 o'clock. Craft heading northeast by east. Refused to reply to radiogram. May possibly be an escaped Nazi sub. Be alert. Huh. Well, there's our answer. Herr Richter's on the way. We better be ready tomorrow when we meet him on the floor of the ocean.
We arrived at our calculated position sometime during the light and lay to. No sooner had we dropped our anchors than the crew took to the boats and began sounding operations to determine the depth of the water around us. They reported just at dawn.
Average depth from 30 to 90 fathoms, sir. We found a sharp decline about a quarter mile east. We were unable to reach bottom at that point, but our charts show this to be a part of the Great Fissure, one of the deepest points in the entire Atlantic.
Thanks, Pete. Tell the first mate that I'll go down as soon as I've had breakfast. Tell him to have the gear ready.
Aye, aye, sir.
After breakfast, Paul donned his gear and went over the side. Jean and I stood by the air pump and wondered what would happen below. Was the sub lying there? Would they locate the rotting hull of the Toledo? Would they find the treasure before us? These were anxious moments. Paul kept in constant touch through our sea phone.
Paul? Paul, can you hear me?
Still going down. Getting darker. Turning on my pressure light. Now on bottom.
Oh, John, so far so good.
Yes, Jean, so far so good.
The wreck ahead, not our ship, has 2 stacks, circling to avoid fouling airline. Reach the edge of the outer fissure, we'll follow it. Water beyond fissure very black, very deep. Try not to slip.
Oh, Paul, darling, don't talk like that or I'll make you come right up.
I'll be careful, sweetheart. Just past the shark. He sends his regards to Johnny Weissmuller.
We'll see that he doesn't send you along for a greeting card.
Oh, I see a wreck on the edge of the great fissure. It's an old one, covered with sand. Send down sand gun on rope.
It's coming right down, darling. Quick, he wants a sand gun sent down to him. It's on the way, Paul. Be careful now.
Going to blow a little sand away to see if I can discover the identity of the ship.
John, come here, please. Listen. Listen to the phone. Do you hear anything?
Let me listen. Paul, Paul, this is John. Listen. Come up at once. The sub is in the vicinity. We've just picked up the sound vibrations. Hurry, man. Hurry.
I feel it too, John. Just a minute more. I'm getting a piece off this old hull. I'll bring it up. Okay, I've got it. Race away.
Start the wind. She's coming up. Hurry. Three minutes of maddening delay, and then I saw his helmet break water. As busy hands unbolted his helmet, he gave us a little net, which he held in his hand. We took it eagerly, and there it was, a piece of old, decayed wood. But on it was a small brass plate, some old, rusted fitting that had seen the ocean bottom for many a year. I gave it to Jean, and she hurried to the laboratory to take off the corrosion. Naturally, I hurried with her.
It's coming off. I can almost make it out, John. Let me see, there's an L, an O, T. Here it is, Toledo. The Toledo. We found it. We found it. Oh, John, I'm so happy. Let's hurry and tell Paul.
After Paul came out of the decompression chamber, he told us his story.
She's lying at the very edge of the fissure. We must be very careful, or it's possible that it may disappear entirely. There are tons of sand to be blown out, and then we'll know the answer.
But what about the sub, Paul? Good heavens, you don't mean to start blowing out sand with a mad German sitting alongside of you?
We have to take that chance. I think we're better equipped, and if we work fast, we can be out of here in 2 days. Even before he finds out where the Toledo is lying. Right now, we have to float a buoy over the spot and pull out of here. Maybe we can throw them off the track. We'll come back later and then go to work.
Under the cover of darkness, we crept back to our position. Paul and 2 divers went over the side to begin the hazardous task of uncovering the ship. We agreed on complete silence, unless an emergency arose. I'll never forget how long that night lasted. Along about midnight, our worst fears were realized. Jean, the sub is on the prowl. Listen.
We've got to let him know. We've got to warn him.
Yes, tell him.
Paul? Paul? Can you hear me? Paul?
Can't stop the talk now. We're inside ship. They've uncovered iron chests. Hold on.
He won't listen, John. He won't. Wait a minute. John. I can't hear the sub. It stopped.
Probably gone out of range.
Treasure to starboard. Treasure to starboard. We found the treasure of the Toledo.
Did you hear, John? They found it. They found the treasure of the Toledo. Paul? Paul, answer me. Paul? Oh, John, something's gone wrong. The line is dead. Paul, answer. Are you all right? Paul? Paul?
5 interminable minutes dragged by on leaden feet. Not a sound came from Paul or from the divers down there with him. What had happened? How could we know? Then...
They came out of the escape hatch. They're surrounding.
Take this phone, John. Don't stop listening for a moment.
Jean ran the length of the ship and disappeared. Paul's position was most precarious. We couldn't drop a depth charge. We couldn't do anything to help. I kept trying to reach Paul on the phone, but the line was apparently dead. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a diving helmet disappear over the side of our ship. I looked round for Jean. She was gone. And then I realized, too late, that I gave the earphones to a sailor and ran down the deck. Who was that? Went over the side just now.
That was Miss Medford, sir. She insisted on going down.
You fool! Why did you let her do that?
Well, she said she was the only one who knew how to detonate the underwater bomb, sir.
So that was it. Little Jean Medford going down to lick the sub crew single-handed. What a fool. What a brave, glorious little fool. I prayed as I had never prayed before. Everyone aboard leaned over the side of the ship, silently, looking down into the dark blue of the water. What was happening down there? Then, 200 yards off our stern, we saw an oil slick spread on the surface. She'd done it. She'd destroyed the sub. And what of the crew? It was either surrender or death. Later, Paul told us the story.
We saw them coming at us just after we'd uncovered the treasure. They had special equipment, compressed air helmets without airlines attached. They held long steel pikes in their hands. In the glow of our lights, we could see the outline of the sub. I thought sure it was curtains, till I saw someone sneak up to the sub and drop something down the escape hatch. The explosion knocked us all flat. Then I looked around. I saw the sub roll on its side, and the Toledo, well, she'd entirely disappeared. The blast had sent it tumbling down the fissure. The treasure went with it.
And the Germans?
For all I know, they're still walking back to land.
And so ended the quest for treasure to Starboard. Jean didn't get her rubies and pearls after all, but she's still very well satisfied because shortly after we returned to the States...
And do you, Jean Medford, take this man to be your lawful wedded husband through sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, until death do you part?
I do.
Then by virtue of the authority vested in me, I pronounce you man and wife.
Darling.
Well, I did manage to get one diamond anyway, didn't I, dearest?
Warren William will be back in just a moment to tell you more about Treasure to Starboard. But first, here is a word from your announcer. And here again is Warren William.
Little did Captain Fernandez realize as he wrote his last will and testament in the ship's log on the night of March 12, 1703, that over 200 years later, men would still fight and die to recover the treasure that went down with him to the bottom of the sea. Will the treasure of the Toledo ever be relocated? Well, it depends on science and the brave daring of intrepid adventurers. We've managed to reach the stratosphere. Why not the unknown depths of the sea? Especially when it holds not one, but hundreds of treasures of inestimable value. Who will risk their lives to recover them? Will you? Next week, I'm going to tell you the story about a professor who believed that heredity is stronger than environment. Unfortunately, he put his nefarious belief to an actual test that involved the life of an innocent child. In order to prove his point to a doubting scientific world, the professor married a woman in whose veins coursed criminal blood for many generations. From this unholy union, a child was born to be reared as a lady. But from the very first, strange signs of bad blood cropped up in the child. What happened to her? Well, listen next week to the story we call One Shining Hour. This is Warren William inviting you to listen again next week.
Strange Wills is written by Ken Krapine and directed by Albert Ulrich. This is a Teleways feature produced in Hollywood.
Strange Wills. Stories of strange wills made by strange people, starring the distinguished Hollywood actor Warren William, and featuring Lurene Tuttle and Howard Culver, with the original music of Del Castillo. I devise and bequeath to my heirs the 7 deadly sins: pride, envy, hate, jealousy, anger, despair, and greed. And here is Warren William.
These are the stories of strange wills made by strange people. Men and women who defy and defile every moral law of respectability and decency to satisfy a mad desire, to right an imaginary wrong that burns like a raging fire in their shriveled souls. Strange wills are stories based upon actual wills gathered from courts all over the world. Names, places, and time have been changed so that no reflection can fall on any person or persons, living or dead. Only the sin remains. Deadly sins that cry out from the depths of the grave for vengeance. You'll presently see what I mean, but first, a word from your announcer.
And now back to Warren William as John Francis O'Connell in The Mad Concerto.
This is the story of a woman who voluntarily became a prisoner of love because of greed. It's not a nice story, quite the contrary. Mad Concerto is the story of a beautiful woman who gave up every feminine and human desire for the power that goes with dollars. 10 million of them. It happened a short while after I'd begun the practice of law in an eastern city on the Atlantic seaboard. I remember I was standing near the window of my office, looking out over the myriad of skyscrapers. Oh, how I craved excitement. How I prayed for one case to pull me away from the small, inconsequential work that is a young lawyer's lot. Perhaps I prayed too hard because... Mr. O'Connell speaking.
Mr. O'Connell, you don't know me personally, but many years ago I retained your father as my lawyer, and I have every reason to believe that I will find you just as sincere and trustworthy.
Well, thank you, sir.
Don't thank me. I haven't done anything for you yet.
Yes, sir.
Have you a pencil handy?
Yes, sir. Mr...
Then take this address down. 127 Kingsbury Road. Have you got it?
Yes, sir, I have it. 127 Kingsbury Road.
I want you here at 10 o'clock tonight. Come prepared to draw up a last will and testament. My last will and testament. I expect you to live up to every vow of privacy between client and lawyer.
Oh, of course, sir. That goes without saying.
Good. My matter is urgent and, well, let's say unusual. My name, Mr. O'Connell, is Walker. J.C. Walker. Good day, sir.
Had I heard correctly? Walker? J.C. Walker? No, it couldn't be true. Why, J.C. Walker was one of the richest financiers in America. Retired, he'd lived abroad and had recently come home. Why, my prayer was answered. I was excited. I tried to go back to the ordinary office routine, but the clock on the wall stood still. I'll never forget how long that day lasted. At exactly 7 o'clock, I got into my car and began the long 60-mile trip to the country estate of my client. I was tingling with anticipation.
You can't drive in there, mister. Private property.
I'm looking for 127 Kingsbury Road, Mr. Walker's residence.
What's the name?
O'Connell. John Francis O'Connell, attorney at law.
Oh, yes, go right in. Mr. Walker is expecting you.
Thank you. I drove up the long driveway and stopped at the Walker Mansion entrance.
Come in, please, Mr. O'Connell. Mr. Walker is waiting for you. He's in his study on the second floor.
Thank you very much. As I entered the door, I stopped. It was like a beautiful dream come true. I mean her, of course. She was sitting at a concert grand piano, completely engrossed in her music. She was exquisite, something out of a picture book. She had a wild, barbarous look, and her blonde hair seemed to keep tempo with the strange, savage music she was playing. As I passed her, she glanced up for just a fleeting moment, and I saw she had brown eyes. eyes that seemed to probe deeply into my soul. She held me with a long and tense look, and then I lowered my eyes and followed the servant up the stairs. Who was this strange creature? This most beautiful, most sensuous of women? Even the scent of her exotic perfume reached out like tentacles of doom and encircled me. Unfortunately, I was to learn later.
Glad you're here, O'Connell. Sit down over here by my desk and go to work.
Thank you, sir. I feel very honored.
Don't be. You may yet rue the day I called you. Drink?
Yes, thank you.
Here's to a momentous night.
And to your health, Mr. Walker.
You gave me a hollow toast, Mr. O'Connell, because my doctor has given me just 2 weeks to settle my affairs and die.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not unhappy about it. I've made millions, had everything. It's time to let someone else have a chance. Now, here are the bequests I've made. They're all down here on a slip of paper. All but one. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Mr. O'Connell, you saw Nadia playing the piano as you entered, didn't you?
Oh, yes, sir, I did. I think she's very unusual, very lovely, very...
Mr. O'Connell, you're out here to draw a will.
Yes, sir.
O'Connell, I love Nadia. I love her because she is a genius. I recognized her unusual talent from the first day I met her in Vienna almost 9 years ago. I'd read that Nadia Winter was making her debut at the Wilhelmstrasse Theater, and I attended. Yes, and stayed to worship at the throne of genius. Never in my life had I seen such technique, such warmth and feeling. I remember as she was ending her final number. I left the theater before she had taken her final bow, and took the liberty of going backstage to make her acquaintance.
Yes?
My card, Miss Winter. I hope you'll pardon this intrusion, but as a sincere lover of music, I could not refrain from...
I'm very thankful for your interest, Mr. Walker. Won't you sit down, please?
Yes, thank you. I won't detain you for more than a moment. Perhaps you'll be made happy with what I have to tell you.
What?
It's simply this. I'm old, retired, rich, and frank.
And you might add interesting, too, Mr. Walker.
Be that as it may. I want to tell you that your work tonight has impressed me tremendously. So much so that I want to help finance the completion of your musical studies here in Europe. And later I will arrange a series of concerts for you throughout the United States.
Oh, Mr. Walker.
Quite frankly, Miss Winter, I consider you a potential genius, and your talent belongs to all of us.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Walker. I am just a bit confused. All this, it's so unexpected. Of course, I realize only too well that a professional career in music is long and tedious and quite expensive as well.
There need not be the slightest objection to my offer, Miss Winter. You may rest assured that your private life will remain your own.
I will consider your offer in the same frankness in which you have given it, Mr. Walker. Please let me think it over for a day or two. I'm staying at the Tira House. Call me later in the week, and you've been very, very kind.
As you can surmise, Nadia finally accepted my offer. I engaged the finest teachers for her, both here and abroad. Through the years, I think she grew to love me. Oh, not me personally, perhaps, but rather that innate sense of security that clings to wealth. Yes, Mr. O'Connell, this is a strange love that has borne strange fruit. I intend to perpetuate it. I want to die knowing that she will never love another man, that her every living breath will be devoted to her music and to my memory.
Forgive me, Mr. Walker. I wish to withdraw from the case. Some other attorney...
Nonsense, O'Connell. You're just infatuated with Nadia. All men are. It will pass. Nadia will see to that. Nadia has one weakness. She loves power, needs it in order to successfully concentrate on her career. I honestly think she would sell her soul for power in order to accomplish her goal. This is my only chance to hold her, and I'm going to do just that, even though it's from my grave. The last bequest in my will, Mr. O'Connell, is one to you for $10 million.
To me? $10 million?
$10 million to be held in trust by you for the use and benefit of Nadia Winter. She is to receive the entire income for the rest of her life, so long as she lives here in this house alone and never marries.
But, Mr. Walker, you can't be serious.
On the contrary, I was never more serious.
This girl has one of two choices: to live in luxury the rest of her life, enough to satisfy her every whim and aspiration, or to fall in love and lose her genius. What she will ultimately do rests in the lap of the gods and in the green-eyed monster of greed.
The will of James Carlson Walker was duly signed and executed 3 days later. And none too soon, for true to the doctor's prediction, J.C. Walker did not live beyond the following week. Nadja knew nothing of the trust, so I was instructed by the testator to advise her of the fact the day after the funeral. As I was admitted into the Walker residence, Nadja Winter was again at the piano, and her music more emotional, more savage than ever. She didn't hear me enter, and I stood quietly in the darkened shadows of the room. As the music swelled to a crescendo...
Oh!
I beg your pardon, Miss Winter. I am Mr. O'Connell, John Francis O'Connell, attorney at law. Mr. Walker asked me to come here and discuss certain business matters with you.
Oh, please sit down, Mr. O'Connell. And pardon me for not hearing you enter. I was lost in, shall we say, a musical thought.
Thank you, Miss Winter.
Please don't be so formal, Mr. O'Connell. Call me Nadja.
Oh, it would make me happy to.
Mr. Walker told me just before he died that you would come to see me.
Nadja, Mr. Walker has been exceedingly generous with you, in a queer sort of way.
I don't understand. He was always most kind and considerate.
I don't know if his bequest to you was either kind or considerate, but he was determined that it should be final and absolute.
He was always unusual, Mr. O'Connell. That is what made me love him. I never knew what to expect next.
Nadja, I am trustee over a fund of a considerable amount of money, $10 million to be exact. You want to receive the entire income from this trust as long as you, well...
Oh, come, John, it can't be as bad as that.
As long as you live in this house, alone, and never marry.
As long as I live here in this house, alone, and never marry.
Yes, Nadja. But if you prefer to leave or marry, the money is to go to certain charities.
I don't know what to say. Or do. He has made me a prisoner. A prisoner of love. And $10 million to form the bars of my cage. But I want money. I want power more than anything the world or life can offer. And $10 million will get it for me. I'll stay, Mr. O'Connell. Yes, I'll stay. And I'll get everything I want from life. Everything. You wait and see.
Part 2 of Strange Wills follows in just a moment. And now back to Mad Concerto and Warren William.
For the first few months, I saw Nadja regularly. She seemed gay and carefree, and her music was light and restful. Then, quite suddenly, I noticed a change. The transition was abrupt. There was a distinct violence in her mood, as if a storm was brewing. I decided to have a serious talk with her for more than one reason.
Oh, John, I don't know what I'd have done without you these last 2 years.
But why must it be for only 2 years, Nadja?
Because that's the way I've taught myself to live. Never to look beyond the horizon. And especially where you're concerned, Mr. Counselor.
Nadja, I came over this afternoon to have a serious talk with you.
Well, darling, haven't you always found me to be a good listener?
Yes, that's the trouble. You listen very dutifully, and very beautifully, too. But somehow I never win my point before this lovely court of law.
You simply won't conform to my pattern of reasoning, will you, John?
No, because it's fallacious, Nadja. Now listen to me for a moment. For 2 years, you've been working over 8 hours a day on nothing but music. You've become a machine. Oh, why won't you...
Give up my inheritance and marry you? You've said it 1,000 times before, haven't you, John?
Yes, I've said it 1,000 times, but only because I love you, Nadja. I've loved you from the very first day I entered this house. I can't believe that your career is more important than a happy marriage, especially when you're forced to live alone. Alone like a prisoner in this house.
I do it from preference only, John. You see, I don't think you understand my temperament. I am an artist. My whole life has been devoted to one principle, to forswear the world for music. Don't think I'm the first to do this. Oh, all the famous composers have sacrificed in one way or another their devotion to create. I am no different. I eat, sleep, and love, to be sure. But never for a moment do I forget why I am here. My music will one day be my monument. Your love for me, my affection for you, must remain secondary and without hope of fulfillment.
But can't you see you've been changing, Nadja, and not for the better?
Oh, John, don't you realize the hopelessness of us?
Oh, darling, you're young and beautiful. Your money's a curse that's not only permeated your body, but is affecting your soul. I beg you, let me turn it over to charity. Marry me now, Nadja, before it's too late. Keep your career. I'll do everything in my power to help you reach your goal. Oh, for the love I bear you, Nadja. Now, today, let's end this nightmare of horror.
Stop! Stop! I'll not listen to another word! John, I have never really loved a human being. I have not the capabilities. I love only attributes in others. I love James Walker because he represented power, which to me is the greatest thing in life. And you too, John, I have love for your kindness and your understanding. Sometimes I wish that... But it's useless to discuss it further. You are a lawyer retained by my benefactor to carry out the provisions of a trust. I will not ask for counsel or advice. My life is mine to do with as I choose. Hereafter you will mail my check, and I ask you not to come back until I send for you.
I see I'm too late.
Goodbye, Mr. O'Connell.
Goodbye, Nadja. The savage way she turned to the piano horrified me. I left with a heavy heart. Yes, Nadja was losing her battle. Her power had been purchased at the price of freedom and sanity. I rode back to town, deeply depressed. I saw no more of Nadja for many years. 18 to be exact. Her check was mailed regularly, and I'd heard rumors to the effect that she'd entirely withdrawn into herself and permitted no one to enter her home. Even tradesmen were required to leave their wares on the steps. Then, early one winter morning, it must have been round 2 o'clock. Huh? Oh. Hello?
Mr. O'Connell, this is Nadja Winter. Do you remember me?
Oh, Nadja. You haven't once been out of my thoughts these many years.
Come out right away, Mr. O'Connell. I have something of the utmost importance to discuss with you, and I want you to come alone. And please hurry. Please hurry, Mr. O'Connell.
I'll be out there as fast as my car can get me there. In 20 minutes, I'd left the city behind me and was making 60 over ice and snow that begged for caution. In memory, I was reliving the years. The last time I'd seen Nadja, she was young and breathtaking. But greed had been her bedfellow, and power her counselor. I wanted to see Nadja again more than anything on earth. I left my car at the gate and trudged through the snowdrifts to the house. As I approached the once beautiful and ornate mansion, I could hardly believe my eyes. The front porch had crumbled. Even the steps had rotted away, leaving gaping holes in the foundation. The windows were broken, and the holes stuffed with paper. I climbed up and pushed against the door. It responded grudgingly to my touch. Nadja was at the piano, just where she'd been the last time I'd seen her. An old frayed dressing gown partially covered her gaunt, thin body. Her blonde hair, now streaked with silver, ran riot over her shoulders, looking like 1,000 coiled serpents. Suddenly, she turned and looked up at me, and then I saw her eyes. Their soft brown luminousness had turned to stark, cold madness. She held me in her stare much like a cobra holds its prey. The blood left my face. I was terrified by what I saw.
Sit down, Mr. O'Connell. Things have changed a bit since you were here last, haven't they?
Nadja, I'll call a doctor. You need help. Medical and spiritual help.
No, Mr. O'Connell, I don't need help. I sent for you for a very special reason. As you know, years ago, I gave up the world and its pleasures for money and for power. I wanted money because it gave me a chance to create. I wanted power because it would make the world listen to my music. All these years I've created. My music lies here in these boxes. It will live after me because you are going to publish it. Tonight I am giving my last concert. It is my greatest creation of all. I call it Concerto Finale. And you, Mr. O'Connell, shall be the first to hear it. First to hear it.
The music started out softly, tenderly. It sounded like the sparkling water of a murmuring brook as it danced lightly along on its way through forest and glen. I imagined it to be the early childhood life of Nadja, when youth was gay and filled with the laughter of crowded childhood. But in the next movement, I noticed a perceptible change. There were flashes of uncontrolled emotion breaking through to disrupt the calm tranquility of the theme. The tempo increased. The chords became discordant. It sounded like the cry of a distressed soul crying out for deliverance. Nadja was looking straight ahead, looking into the darkness and the gloomy shadows of the room. But I knew she was looking far beyond. She was reliving her life. And the poignant sorrows interspersed with happier moments had all been interwoven into this, the bitter end of her musical career. And now she'd entered into the final tragedy of her life. The wild notes shrieked into the room and blended with the moaning of the winter wind. I shuddered. Never had I heard music played like this before. To me, it seemed as if all the diabolical imps from Hades were striking the keys through her fingers. It was the discordant lamentation of the damned. I wiped the perspiration from my forehead in spite of the cold within the room. I must help Nadja and save her music at any cost. Quickly, I formulated a plan. While Nadja was lost in her mad reverie, I'd slip out and phone for medical assistance. I hoped she'd keep playing until I could return. I arose quietly and slipped out of the door and ran down the long, snow-covered path to my car. I could still hear Nadja's music as it swept along in its mad theme of abject misery and despair. Just as I was about to enter my car, I heard a dull rumble come from the direction of the house. I looked up. Great soaring fingers of flame were shooting heavenward. The house was on fire. Even as I hurried back, I knew I was too late. Like something out of Dante's Inferno, this house was becoming the funeral pyre of Nadja and her music. Through the crackling of the flames, I still heard the piano. Nadja was ending her Mad Concerto. Then, quite suddenly, the whole house collapsed!
like a tortured soul!
And so ended the Mad Concerto. A girl genius, the lust for power, and the green-eyed monster of greed. But the sin did not die with Nadja Winter. It lives on in the hearts of men and women, secret and unconquered.
Warren William will be back in just a moment to tell you what the official records say about the probate cause of the Mad Concerto. But first, a message from our sponsor. Here again is Warren William.
And the fire? The records simply say fire of unknown origin. Was it accidental? Could it have been a human sacrifice at the pagan altar of greed? Who knows? For greed is the cause of endless suffering. What would have happened to Nadja Winter, I wonder, if she'd been able to live a normal, carefree life and still retain her genius? Perhaps the two are incompatible. I don't know. Do you? Next week, I'm going to tell you the story behind one of the strangest wills ever written. We're all familiar with the splendid results of modern psychiatry. But when you mix a mad, covetous psychiatrist together with a lovely, beautiful woman who has a husband, well, you've got a situation. We call this unusual story alias Dr. Svengali. This is Warren William inviting you to listen again next week.
Strange Wills is written by Ken Crippin and directed by Albert Ulrich. This is a Teleways feature produced in Hollywood.
Strange Wills. Starring the distinguished Hollywood actor Warren William, and featuring William Conrad and Nina Clouden, with Howard Culver and an all-star Hollywood cast. Original music by Del Castillo.
Dead men's wills are often strange. We cannot attempt to understand them or try to find the answers. We can but tell the story.
This is Warren William bringing you the story, Portsmouth Square. But first, a brief word from your announcer.
And now, Portsmouth Square, starring Warren William as the probate lawyer John Francis O'Connell.
The discovery of gold in the Sacramento Valley brought thousands of daring, reckless men to San Francisco and the gold fields. In their wake came the human vultures, thieves, gamblers, and adventurous women. These pillars of the underworld built the Barbary Coast, a section of San Francisco dedicated to depravity, vice, and glamour. Among the worst dives on Portsmouth Square, the heart of the Barbary Coast, was Horseshoe Harry's Emporium. Tall, handsome, and exceedingly wicked, Horseshoe Harry had the reputation of never turning down a dishonest dollar, nor a pretty woman. One night, a girl walked into Horseshoe Harry's Emporium. Her eyes were blue, her chin firm, and her dress obviously of Eastern cut. Her unexpected appearance threw the place into a furor. Pushing her way through the shouting, milling crowd, she finally reached one of the waiter girls whose short dress just met the top of her long black silk stocking.
I beg your pardon.
What you trying to do, start a riot?
Where can I find Mr. Horseshoe Harry?
What you want him for? You don't see girls unless by invitation. Anyway, if you're half as smart as you look, you better blow like a breeze before you get manhandled.
What's the matter, girlie? Ain't I good enough for you?
Please.
Come on, sugar. I got gold. Lots of gold.
Hey, how about me buying you drinks, sister? Champagne water right from Paris.
I ain't seen nothing as pretty as you since I left St. Joe. How about a kiss, sweetie?
I beg your pardon.
Listen to her. She begs her pardon.
Gotcha.
Break it up. What's going on in here? All right, one side. Come on, you walk to one side. Let me through.
Well, I'll be. Say, who are you?
Are you Mr. Horseshoe Harry?
The next one that laughs while Horseshoe Harry is talking to this lady gets a handful of knuckles. Now then, lady, maybe we can hear ourselves talk.
Oh, then you're Mr. Horseshoe Harry.
That's right. Now, what do you want to see me about?
Well, it's rather personal.
Personal, is it? Well, all right, we'll go to my office. How'll that be?
I'd appreciate it.
All right, you mugs, go back to your fun.
Okay, come on. Hey,
All right, what can I do for you, miss?
Marcel. Lily Marcel.
Lily Marcel. That's a pretty name.
My brother and I arrived in San Francisco the day before yesterday. Last night, he disappeared. They told me down at the waterfront to see you. You might know where he is. Oh, please, Mr. Horseshoe. Have you shanghaied him?
Lily, it's this way with me. I break every rule in the book, all but one. Horseshoe Harry's never gone in for shanghaiing. And you want to know why? Well, I'll tell you. Those men come back someday with only one thought in their minds, to kill the guy that sold them to some devil of a sea captain. And I figure the worry ain't worth the money, Lily.
How long does it take before they come back?
Oh, sometimes years, sometimes longer. Sometimes never.
I see. Well, thank you, Mr. Horseshoe. You've been very kind and honest.
What are you going to do, Lily? Go back east?
Oh, I can't do that. I've got to wait here for him.
Well, it's none of my business, but what's a nice girl like you going to do out here? It's a rough place for a lady.
Well, when we came out here, my brother intended to go on to the gold fields, and I was going to teach music. I'm a pianist.
You a pianist?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe we can make a deal. I need a piano player right down here at the Emporium. A girl piano player on the Barbary... Why, you'd be sensational. A girl piano player in Horseshoe Harry's Emporium.
You honestly think they'd like classical music here?
I honestly don't, Lily, but who are they to know what they like or don't like? I'm still the guy that decides things around here. Well?
Well, Mr. Horseshoe Harry, it looks as though you've hired yourself a piano player. Heaven help me. And them.
And how did this clientele of Horseshoe Harry's Emporium take to the classics? At first they were skeptical, until they heard Lily play. Her talent was unquestioned, her interpretation of the masters unexcelled. In a short space of time, Horseshoe Harry's Emporium became the most popular spot on Portsmouth Square, the most famous on the entire Barbary Coast. On one occasion, Horseshoe Harry, standing alongside the piano, held up his hand, and that meant silence. Harry had something to say.
Listen, folks, I got a surprise for you.
Well, what is it, Horseshoe?
Today, I sent one of them newfangled things they call cablegrams to a man in Berlin, Germany. There's a man who lives there by the name of Carl Bechstein. He makes pianos. And I ordered the finest piano that money can buy. I told him to make me the finest piano in the whole world. Yes, sir, nothing's too good for our Lily.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you so much.
I mean it, Lily. Nothing's too good for you. Not even the finest piano in the world.
Nearly a year later, Carl Bechstein was putting the finishing touches on the finest concert piano he had ever made. As he polished its dark mahogany surface, he wondered about this new city in America called San Francisco, this wild, desolate place filled with savage Indians, where the streets were paved with gold. What would these people be doing with his finest piano? And as he wondered...
Bechstein! Bechstein, it is I, Richard Wilhelm Wagner, come to see you.
Oh, it is you, Herr Wagner. Welcome, welcome.
We have come to see this marvelous piano, Carl.
We, Herr Wagner.
Yeah, the other two will be here in just a moment.
The other two?
Yeah, Anton Rubinstein and that plagiarist of good music, Franz Liszt.
You call Herr Liszt a plagiarist? Oh, he should hear you talk, Herr Wagner.
Tell him to his face. He has not one original note in his big fat head.
But what about his compositions and his operas?
Do you know why I had you put drawers on the last piano you made for me, Herr Bechstein? Drawers that I can lock?
Nein, Herr Wagner.
Because now he can't steal any more of my music. He's got to write his own. The thief.
Oh, I'm being called a thief again, eh? To think that I would steal Wagner's music. Funeral music.
You see, Bechstein, already he knows what I think of him.
Welcome, Herr Liszt and Herr Rubinstein. My little workshop is greatly honored.
I have come all the way from Moskva, Karl, to see your new piano. News travels fast.
If you gentlemen will follow me.
Good.
There. Magnificent. Es ist wunderbar, Bechstein. Sehr wunderbar.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have this piano in my conservatory in Russia. May I play it, gentlemen?
Who would deny that right to the greatest pianist in the world? Of course, my dear friend Anton. That is, of course, if this other so-called composer doesn't object.
All right, you can laugh, Wagner. But here is one of Liszt's compositions that will live forever.
Anton Rubinstein, you are a genius. I envy you with my whole heart and soul.
I couldn't make a better speech if I tried, Anton.
A worthy piano, Karl. Worthy of the great name of Bechstein. And to think this piano is leaving Europe.
America. The New World. It's unbelievable they should order such a wonderful instrument.
Why can't the three of us give Bechstein's masterpiece a parting tribute?
Now, what crazy idea have you got in your head, Franz?
Let's all sign our names on the sounding board. You, Richard Wagner, a German. Anton Rubinstein, Russian. I, Franz Liszt, a Hungarian. 3 individuals, 3 races, living harmoniously together in our world of music.
The first good idea you've ever had, Franz Liszt. Yes, we 3 will sign our names as a challenge to all those who do not believe in the brotherhood of man. Herr Bechstein, get pen and ink. Let me be the first to sign.
Part 2 of Portsmouth Square, written by Ken Crepine and directed by Robert Webster Light, will continue in just a moment. First, here is a word from your announcer. Now back to Act 2 of the Strange Wills story, Portsmouth Square, starring Warren William as John Francis O'Connell.
The piano, the finest piano in the world, left Berlin the next day on its journey to America. When Horseshoe Harry received notice that the piano was finally on its way, it called for a celebration, a private celebration over a late supper. After the dishes had been cleared away in Harry's apartment over the emporium, he sat back, lit a cigar, and looked at Lily. Harry was happy and hopeful.
Well, Lily, it's coming.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Lily, you've been here almost a year. Any regrets?
2 of them, Harry.
Huh?
Just 2.
What are they?
One, that my brother hasn't come back yet.
Oh, he could come back any day now, Lily. You know that. What's the other?
Well, I regret that I didn't meet you sooner. Much sooner.
Even though I'm a scoundrel?
Oh, I know better than that.
Ah, Lily, you made me very happy.
You know, Harry, you're not very observant, or you would have noticed before.
Huh? Notice what?
That I'm very happy, too. You see, I'm in love with you, Harry. Very much in love.
And finally, when the concert grand ended its tortuous journey that took it through terrifying blizzards and sun-baked desert on its way to California, Harry decided to cast reason to the 4 winds and enter upon the biggest gamble of his career. He rented the Princess Theater on Nob Hill for an evening of musical entertainment and culture. He placarded the city with garish signs announcing the occasion. Surprisingly enough, the night of the concert, Nob Hill society packed the theater, not only to see this marvelous piano, but to hear Lily, the girl who caused such a sensation on the Barbary Coast. Harry arrived at the concert with his shirt front ablaze with diamond studs. A huge diamond horseshoe adorned his cravat. He swaggered in and took his seat in the third row, completely ignoring the hushed whispers, oblivious to the knowing glances that passed from person to person. Finally, the curtain rose, and Lily, charming and beautifully gowned, began to play. Lily was a symphony of grace and motion. She had picked for her first number Mendelssohn's magnificent Rondo Capriccioso. The touch was strong, forceful. Here was a young American artist knocking at the door of genius, one that even Wagner, Liszt, and Rubinstein would have applauded. The audience listened, spellbound and entranced. During the intermission, a young couple, sitting just behind Harry, were talking. Harry couldn't help but overhear what they were saying.
Isn't it a shame that a girl as beautiful and talented as she has to stay on that wicked Barbary coast?
Oh, she doesn't have to stay there. They say she's in love with that horrible character who calls himself Horseshoe Harry.
Doesn't he realize that he's ruining her life, her career, by associating with her? No one respectable will have anything to do with her.
Well, I've heard he locks her up at night. Would kill any man who looks at her.
Oh, that man, that horrible egotist. Just who does he think he is?
As Lily came back on the stage for her next number, Horseshoe Harry walked slowly out of the theater. For the first time in his life, he felt ashamed. He walked slowly back to Portsmouth Square. He wanted to be alone. There were things to think over, decisions to make. Finally, when Lily returned, fresh from her conquest of Nob Hill, Harry called her into his office. He knew now what he had to do, and it wasn't easy.
Harry, what happened? Why did you leave the theater before...
I came home, back to the Barbary coast where I belong.
Well, didn't I make you proud, Harry?
Hey, you were wonderful, Lily, marvelous. That's what I want to talk to you about.
How wonderful I am to you?
Lily, I'm going to send you away.
Send me away? But what have I done?
One day you'll be a great artist, Lily. You can never really belong to just me. You belong to all of us, to the world.
But I'd rather belong just to you.
I'm going to send you to New York and later to Europe. You're going to have the finest musical education money can buy.
What's wrong tonight? What's happened? I'd hoped that after the concert... Well, I'd rather hoped we'd be getting...
Lily, I've always been honest with you, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Well, then, I want to tell you now that we can never be married.
Never be married? I don't understand.
I got a wife back east. I'm already married. Now do you understand?
Oh, Harry. You should have told me.
Now do you see why you have to go away?
Very well then, Harry. I'll go. I'll be ready to leave in the morning.
And so it was that Lily Marcel went out of Horseshoe Harry's life, if not his heart. Finally, 6 years later, after her fame as a concert pianist was worldwide, Harry received his last letter from her. She told him that she intended to be married. Upon hearing the news, Harry sold his emporium and retired into seclusion. He kept only the piano, his link between a colorful past and a bleak future. Years later, his money gone, he was forced to offer even his piano for sale. Accordingly, he made arrangements to have it sold at auction in San Francisco. The night of the sale, Horseshoe Harry arrived at the auction rooms early. He wanted to have a last few minutes alone with his concert grand. He entered the room and walked slowly over to where it stood.
Goodbye, my friend. You remember the night we went to Nob Hill? You were wonderful. Lily and you. Lily and you. How the people cheered and applauded. I remember. I can remember the tune. It went like this.
I play it for you again, Harry.
Huh? Lily, you.
Harry. Harry. Oh, my darling.
You, here, what are you doing here?
I came to buy our piano, Harry. The finest piano in the whole world. Remember?
To buy our piano?
Yes, I'm going to take it home. Our home, Harry.
But you wrote me a letter. You said you were going to be married.
Can't a lady change her mind? Especially if she finds out that there's only one man that she can ever really love.
Only one man?
A lovable old liar who told her he had a wife.
Then you know, Lily?
Yes, I know. I read the deed you signed when you sold the emporium. It said, Horseshoe Harry, a bachelor.
Warren William will be back in just a moment to tell you the rest of the story about Portsmouth Square. First, here is a brief message from your announcer. And now back to Portsmouth Square with Warren William as John Francis O'Connell.
I feel certain that somewhere in that Valhalla of all good musicians, Lily Marcel is an honored guest in the illustrious family of famous artists and composers. And somehow I feel that her great talent did not end with her death, but lives on, endless as time, as universal as the firmament. And standing by her side, watching her fingers as they glide over the celestial keyboard, will be the man who was responsible for her great success. That unforgettable and lovable character who brought class and the classics to the Barbary Coast. Horseshoe Harry. Next week, I have a story to tell you of high adventure and death in faraway India. Colonel Beatty, one of the world's foremost mountain climbers, had twice in his lifetime attempted to scale the mighty, unconquerable Mount Everest, but failure ended both attempts. Dying, he made a will, leaving two things to his only son, Philip: his fortune and a flag, a torn, weather-beaten flag that he asked his son to plant atop the world's highest mountain. Philip Beatty took the challenge. For one of the most daring, adventurous, and romantic strange-will stories in our entire series, listen to High Conquest. This is Warren William, inviting you to be with us again next week.
The Baldwin piano on this program was played by the brilliant and celebrated concert pianist Amparo Iturbi. This is a Teleways feature produced in Hollywood. Names, places, and events have all been changed so that no reflection can fall on any person or persons, living or dead. Strange Wills. Stories of strange wills made by strange people, starring the distinguished Hollywood actor Warren William, and featuring Lorene Tuttle and Carlton Young, with Howard Culver and an all-star Hollywood cast. Original music by Del Castillo. I devise and bequeath to my heirs the 7 deadly sins: greed, despair, envy, hate, jealousy, pride, and anger. And here is Warren William.
These are the stories about strange wills and the secret lives of the even stranger people who made them. Time, places, and names have all been changed so that no reflection can fall on any person or persons, living or dead. Only the sin remains like a shrouded ghost of the dead departed, offering neither understanding nor solution. You'll presently see what I mean, but first, here is a brief message from your announcer.
Now here is Warren William as John Francis O'Connell in 7 Flights to Glory.
Everybody in town knew Lucy Witherspoon. She not only was a leader in the charmed 400 circle, but had more than doubled her deceased husband's fortune during the 10 years that she had taken over the actual management of his sprawling industrial empire. But even Lucy was not immune to the call of the Black Angel of Death. All her doctors, all of her power, could not keep Lucy Witherspoon in the land of the living. And when she finally realized that death was but a matter of days, she called me to her country estate to help put her affairs in order.
Now see here, John Francis O'Connell. I want no high-sounding platitudes or advice on how I am to distribute my estate.
After all, I own it, not you. That's the trouble with you lawyers. You think you know everything. Well, you don't.
Lucy Witherspoon, the years haven't softened you a bit, have they? You're still as tart as a glass of, well, crabapple jelly. I'm not trying to,
Don't try to fool me. I know what you're up to. You want me to leave my entire estate to my son Robert, now don't you? Don't tell me you don't.
Of course I do, Lucy. That's no secret. He's your only child and a fine young man.
Fine young man, fiddlesticks. How many times have I tried to get him interested in my business? Now, you know. Don't try and say that you don't.
Yes, Lucy, I know. Time without end. And you've never succeeded. And do you know why?
Yes, I know why, John. Because Robert Witherspoon would rather waste his time painting pictures. He wants to be an artist. My son, an artist. And you know, too, John, that I've always been opposed to such nonsense. For 5 generations, the Witherspoons have been industrialists. And now I have a paintbrush dauber to carry on in the Witherspoon tradition.
Yes,
Now,
but...
you listen to me. Listen to me. I'll have no more words. This is the way I want it to be. And this is the way it shall be. My entire estate to Robert Witherspoon, if he will assume full management and responsibility of my business for a period of 15 years. You understand?
Yes, Lucy?
I have an alternative that he can accept if he should prefer. Should my son decide not to accept the responsibilities of honest work, and should he persist in painting a pretty girl or some silly mountain rather than building an industrial empire, well, then I will give him the sum of $5,000 and a ticket to Paris. Yes, that's it. $5,000 and a ticket to Paris.
Hello, Bob. Come in.
Hello, darling. How have you been?
Well, I was a little worried. I thought you'd never get here.
I'm sorry. I've been at my attorney's apartment on important business.
Oh, and how is our good friend John O'Connell?
Not so happy. You see, Kay, since Mother's death, I've given 3 months of careful thinking to the 2 provisions in her will, and, well, I've decided against taking over the management of Mother's business affairs.
Decided... Oh, but Bob...
Let me finish, please, darling. Kay, dear, I want to be an artist more than anything in life. I have a different sense of worldly values than Mother. I want to create. I simply have to. And so, well, I'm here tonight to beg you to come to Paris with me, struggle with me, and if necessary, starve with me.
Oh, Bob, really, you're joking.
I was never more serious in my life. Kay, I'm taking the $5,000 Mother left me and the ticket to Paris. I'm renouncing everything else. Now, won't you come with me? Life will be so wonderful, Kay, something I've always dreamed of. A studio on the left bank, an artist colony with flower stands and bookstalls sprawling along the Seine, and then the Louvre, the famous churches. Oh, Kay, there's only one Paris in the whole world.
Bob, I think you've lost your power of reason. You would give up a fortune of millions, honor and position, to live the life of a vagrant artist. And you expect me to give up my social position? My family and my friends to starve with you?
Well...
I shan't do it. If you're the fool I never believed you to be, go right ahead. But if you do go, remember this. I'll break our engagement, definitely.
I see, Catherine. That old tradition, like father, like son.
That's exactly how I feel, Robert. Like father, like son. There are no 2 ways about it. Either you assume the responsibilities your mother left behind, or...
I'm sorry, Kay. I'm very sorry, because I love you very much. But if it's either or, then I take Paris.
It's no use, Bob. She won't be here to see you off.
Well, John, I sort of thought that she could at least have come down to the boat to say goodbye.
But don't you understand, Bob? Catherine is bitter. You've cast off something that just isn't understandable to her. You've tipped over the apple cart of tradition.
Yes, I know. I guess even she couldn't understand how I feel about being on my own. Tossing over a fortune isn't done every day, is it?
No, it certainly isn't, Bob. But you've tossed over more than a fortune. You see, you've ended her dream of the merger of two great fortunes and families.
Listen, John. You've been my mother's friend for many years, and mine, too. Now tell me the truth. How do you feel about it? Am I the fool Catherine says I am?
Yes, Bob. In my opinion, you are.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, Bob. I'm not through. But if you are a fool, you're a glorious one that I envy with all my heart.
Thanks, John. You've got me all filled up. I didn't...
Go to it. Work like the very devil. And unless I miss my guess completely, within just a few years, you'll have a certain young lady awfully sorry that she didn't go on this glorious adventure with you.
All ashore, what's going ashore? All ashore, what's going ashore?
Well, goodbye, Bob. And remember, I know and understand. And when you need me...
I won't forget, John. And thank you.
The next 3 years brought noteworthy events. The first was the fashionable church wedding of Catherine Whiting to the multimillionaire architect and man about town, Harrison Blake. The second incident was likewise of tremendous importance. All the papers carried the story. Robert Witherspoon, American artist residing in Paris, had won the Parisian Academy Award and had captured first prize with his picture called Chansonnette. And 3 months later, I received a long letter from Bob. He asked me to extend his congratulations to Catherine. He also told me that he had just married a young French girl, the model of his prize-winning picture. Her name was Germaine Andre. 2 marriages and no compromise. One had followed tradition and had married wealth and security. The other had cast off wealth and security and had married his model. Well, things were really getting interesting. Almost a year later, I received a cablegram from Bob asking if I would fly over and attend his first exhibition in Paris. You bet I would. I made arrangements to leave the following week. When my plane arrived, Bob was waiting to greet me.
John, it's great to see you.
And I'm most happy to be here, too, Bob. It's almost like a family reunion. But, where's Germaine?
Let's get in one of these so-called cabs, John, and I'll tell you about it on the way home. Taxi! Rue Campesi, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, monsieur. Oui.
Now then, John, I'll tell you about Germaine. You see, when I married her, her greatest happiness came from the creation of something beautiful. She had no money. Her only income was from the few francs a day that she earned posing for the artists in the colony. To me, she represented an ideal. That man must live to create first and think of himself last. Well, as soon as I started making money, all that seemed to change.
What do you mean?
Well, Germaine tired of living a bohemian life. She wanted clothes, wealth, security, position. In fact, outside of Catherine's belief in tradition, there wasn't any difference.
I think that's quite understandable, Bob. And I still believe that there's a middle road for both of you and Germaine to follow. We'll talk about that later. Oh, by the way, as long as you brought up the subject of Catherine, I've got some interesting news about her.
I suppose she gave birth to an heir for her dynasty.
No, not that. Quite the contrary. She flew to Reno last week to file suit for divorce.
Part 2 of 7 Flights to Glory will follow in just a moment. And here again is Warren William as John Francis O'Connell.
As I climbed up the 7 flights of stairs to Bob's studio, I wondered if this was the price of genius.
Only one more flight, John. Don't give up.
I shan't give up, but must you artists always pick out places like this?
Just wait until you see it. Here we are. Presenting the inner sanctum of art, my studio. Well, how do you like it?
Well, it's magnificent. What a wonderful view of Paris. Why, I could almost paint here myself.
I knew you'd like it, John. Look out over Paris. Chimney tops, flower boxes, slate roofs, dormer windows. And you see, look way over there to the left.
Eiffel Tower.
And where all of those trees line the street is the Champs-Élysées, and that patch of green is the Bois de Boulogne.
It takes my breath away. What's left of it.
It's been my inspiration all through the years. John, how I love Paris. The happiest days of my life have been spent right here. I slept, painted, and ate right in this room until...
Why did you ever leave this 7th heaven?
I didn't want to, but Germain thought that we should live in a more pretentious place and just keep this as a studio.
I understand. Tradition rears its ugly head.
Yeah, that's right. Wealth, security, tradition. Oh, well, enough of this. Let's drive over to the galleries. Germain is over there supervising the hanging of the pictures, and the exhibit opens tomorrow, you know, and, well, keep your fingers crossed. Germain, this is my very good friend, Monsieur O'Connell. John Francis O'Connell.
I'm happy to know you, Monsieur O'Connell. You will pardon my appearance, oui? I've been very busy with the pictures. But now, voila, it is fini. Robert will make a lot of money from this exhibit. N'est-ce pas, chérie?
Well, I hadn't thought of the money part, Germain.
This pumpkin, Monsieur O'Connell. He never thinks of money, only the art.
Oh, he's so difficult.
That's what comes of being a real artist, perhaps, Germain.
Real artists, oui. You find them by the dozen in the Latin Quarter, and all of them starving to death. I tell Robert that he should cultivate rich people and paint their portraits. Then he make much money for his baby. I want very, very much to take him to America after this exhibit is over. There are many rich millionaires there. Many would pay him much money.
But, Germain, dear, that isn't what I want to be. I want to be an artist, not a leech. I've told you before, and I say it again. I'm going to stay right here in Paris and do the sort of thing I like, just as we did from the beginning. Don't you
Je ne comprends, Robert. I do not understand. We have starved long enough. We sell the pictures and go to America, no?
No, dear, we stay in Paris.
Pablo, if we stay in Paris, you shall stay alone.
Germain, you can't...
Hey, excuse me, both of you, for intervening. But let's wait until the exhibit is over, and then I'm sure you can both compromise.
I'm sorry, John. Terribly sorry.
You will excuse me, monsieur. I have malade, headache. Perhaps that is why I'm so disagreeable. Bonsoir, monsieur. Monsieur O'Connell. Oh, it's wonderful, très magnifique. The exhibit is grand success. Already we have made 2 million francs and more pictures to be still sold. Now you shall see. I shall take Robert to America. He shall be a rich fellow.
I'm very, very unhappy indeed, Germain. His exhibit has really made him quite famous. All of the critics agree that Robert has a most brilliant future. Where is Bob?
At his studio. Monsieur Connolly has been such a bad boy. He's sulky, like, what you say, stubborn mules. He wants to stay here in Paris and work and work. He never wants to have fun.
It's not my province to interfere in your domestic problems, Germain. And I don't intend to do so. I only hope that you both make the right decision. Bob is an artist, a real artist. I'd hate to have anything happen to that.
Have no fear, monsieur. He can still be an artist in America, but he will have to learn that he must paint first to sell, and then for the sake of art.
That night, Bob took me to his favorite rendezvous, a little Parisian nightclub in the Latin Quarter, which bore the dubious name of L'amour éternel. Eternal love, eh? I wondered about it as I went in the door. Oh, this is where you artists gather. I never would have suspected that you were so frivolous, young man.
I used to have a lot of fun here once, John, when I was an aspiring artist. Now it's sort of turned to ashes in my mouth. The great illusion has ended.
Oh, don't take it so hard, Bob. Tremaine has really done a lot for you. Once she was your inspiration. She modeled for your greatest picture, remember?
Yes, I remember. Little Germaine. A crust of bread she asked for in those days. A crust of bread and a franc.
And now it's angel food and a pocket full of diamonds. Oh, well, lots of girls would do the same thing.
Listen, John. The last time I saw Paris. I remember that last night I called on Kay. I was whistling, and as I walked up to her home, boy, was I in the clouds. Well, I suppose she's got her divorce by now. It's too bad.
What's done's done, Bob. Wasn't it Omar Khayyam who said, the moving finger writes and having writ moves on? Nor all your piety and wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it.
Very apropos. Nor all my tears wash out a word of it. Well, drink up, John. Champagne, the golden wine of forgetfulness. Here, let me fill your glass. Here's a toast. To Paris, the beautiful, the magnificent.
And to your happiness, Bob.
Yes, my happiness. It's sort of all bound up in that song. Yeah. No matter how they change her, I'll remember her that way.
I left the next day for London to conclude my business affairs before returning to America. Quite frankly, I was worried over Bob's marital happiness. I felt sure that if Germaine succeeded in bringing him to America, his great genius, his grand illusion, would shatter to bits. But what could I do? What could I possibly do to help him? A week later, the problem was solved without my help. Bob called me at my hotel.
It'll never have to be the last time I saw Paris, John. I'm staying on right here in my studio.
Well, you must have done some fast talking to Germaine.
You bet I did. It was easy.
That easy?
Sure. She took the 2 million francs from the art sale and gave me a divorce. She's sailing for America tomorrow. She said if I wouldn't paint portraits of the millionaires, that wouldn't stop her from meeting them.
I'll be through with my work here in about 10 days, and then I'll fly back to see you before I go home. Chin up, Bob.
I've got to start all over from scratch. All I need is another model. You better bring one back with you.
Okay, Bob. I'll look around. All Bob needed was another model and a new inspiration. Well, I'd see what I could do. But it couldn't be a smash-through center. No, it had to be an end run. The situation called for some rockney deception. 2 weeks later, I was back in Paris. I went immediately to the studio. Bob wasn't there, nor was he at his apartment. I searched the whole quarter for him and finally found him at a sidewalk cafe. He looked wretched.
I'll get over it. It's just that I...
Well, I know how you feel, Bob. Anyone would.
I can't understand human nature. It's got me puzzled, John. Idealists today, money grabbers tomorrow. Boom goes their ideal. It's got me confused, utterly confused.
Well, let's not worry about it for the present, Bob. Tell you what we'll do. Come over to my apartment at the hotel for a day or two. Forget your studio. Forget art. Just for a little while. Then come back to it with a new approach.
I wonder if I'll ever come back to it. It's like bitter wormwood tea. It won't be hard to forget, believe me.
Bob slept at my hotel the better part of the next 2 days. I came back to my apartment just as he was getting up.
John, I feel as though I've been sleeping for 20 years.
Well, you practically have. This is Thursday, and you went to bed on Tuesday afternoon. Feel better?
Like a new man. Let's go out and have some breakfast.
You mean lunch. It's almost 2 o'clock.
Okay, lunch then.
And after that, we'll ride over to your studio. I want to take one last look at the view before I leave.
You're leaving? Oh, no, please don't go just when I...
Oh, I'm sorry, Bob. I have to return to the States at once. I have some important legal work.
Oh, of course. It's selfish of me to ask.
But don't worry. I think you'll get along all right. There's nothing been done that can't be undone. This is the last time I'm going to walk up 7 flights for a long time to come.
7 flights to glory. A little bit tarnished just now, but I still love it.
As soon as you've found a new model, you'll start over?
Yes, but no more entanglements. From now on, it's art. Pure, unadulterated art. The next time I hear a girl say money, I'll ring...
Here we are. Permit me to open the door.
Yeah. John, where did you find that model? What a figure. Golden hair, wonderful proportions. Hey, you, turn around. I want to see the face that comes with that perfect back. Catherine. Kay. Okay.
Bob. Oh, Bob, darling.
What on earth are you doing here? How in the...
I moved to Paris, Bob. I took a job as a model. Mr. O'Connell offered it to me.
You want a model? I can't...
It's true, Bob, it's true. I want to be your model. And I'm going to live right here in the Latin Quarter, if you'll let me. Oh, I was so wrong. So wrong.
Don't cry, darling. I was wrong, too. But come on, take off that robe and put on your dress, and we'll find a place for you to live.
I found one already.
You have a place to live? Oh, I don't believe it. Where is it?
It's here, Bob. Right here in the studio.
Here with all this paint and smells and canvases lying around?
Uh-huh. See, I thought we could both live here very nicely.
Both live here? Both of us?
Yes, darling, both of us. This morning I stopped off and got us a marriage license. I thought maybe we'd still have time. Time
to start our glorious adventure? Oh, yes, darling, we have. A lifetime from this day on.
Warren William will be back in just a moment to tell us more about the probate cause of 7 Flights to Glory. But first, here is a brief message from your announcer. And here again is Warren William.
Needless to say, Robert Witherspoon became one of the great contemporary artists of our generation. His pictures hang in every famous gallery on both continents. Catherine and Robert still live in their studio 7 flights up, and nothing in the world would make them leave. Is money, power, tradition so important in our lives? Well, ask Catherine and Robert about it. I'm sure that they wouldn't change their view of the Eiffel Tower for the gold of Midas. I wouldn't. Would you? Next week, I'm going to tell you the story of a strange will that defies the imagination. An old professor discovered how to pierce the secret of the past, and for his medium between the present and the shrouded secrets of antiquity, he used the mind of a beautiful, charming young lady. What he saw, as she lived again in the world of 1,000,000 years ago, well, you'll get the shock of your lives. We call this strange story The Girl from Shadowland. This is Warren William inviting you to be with us again next week.
Strange Wills is written by Ken Krapine and produced and directed by Robert Webster Light. This is a Teleways feature produced in Hollywood.